All right, we are going to look at sum and difference of cubes today. We have done this before, but I just want to remind you how this goes. Okay, so we are looking at this. And by the way, this is x cubed. And if you don't know your cubes, you might want to kind of list these. And we can do that for you. But that is x cubed. Okay, 343 is 7 cubed, if you did not know that. Okay, so this is 7 cubed. All right, and if you think about this, if I write my little formula down here, a cubed plus b cubed equals a plus b. This is my formula that I have given you on your note sheet, and this is how it goes. Okay, so this is what I want you to notice. A, in this case, is x. B, in this case, is 7. Okay, so wherever I see an A, I'm going to put an X. Wherever I see a B, I'm going to put a 7 in there. Okay, so here we go. A is X. B is 7. A, again, is X squared minus A times B. Again, A is X, B is 7. But instead of writing X times 7, you would write 7X. Okay, and then B, of course, is 7. And when I take 7 and I square it, I get 49. Okay, that's how that should look. All right, then we need to get this down to x equals something, which I have not been able to do here. So right here, I can go like this. And by the way, this should equal to 0. Okay, so of course here, this is no problem. X plus 7 equals 0, and so then I get x equals negative 7. There's one answer, no problem. This, however, if you try to do this quantity in here, it will not factor, because if you try to do 7 and 7 for 49, or 1 and 49, those are your only choices, and you're never going to get the middle number. So you need to do the quadratic formula, and if you don't remember the quadratic formula, it goes like this: negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, and in this case, right here, your a is 1, your b is negative 7, and your c is 49, just so you know. Okay, so I'm going to plug those quantities into the quadratic formula. So here we go. The opposite of b would be 7, plus or minus the square root of b squared. So negative 7 is b. Negative 7 squared is 49, minus 4 times a is 1, times c is 49, all over 2a, in this case 2 times 1, which is 2. Okay. All right, now we need to simplify that mess. So we have 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 minus 4 times 1 times 49. If I take 49 minus 4 times 1 times 49, I will get negative 147 in here, divided by 2. And of course, you can't take the square root of a negative number, but this would be negative 49 times 3. Okay, 49 times 3. 147 is 49 times 3. And by the way, whatever number is out here, if you take that quantity and square it, it should be a multiple of that number that's inside. So in this case, 7 squared is 49, and on the inside it's 49 times something. In this case, it's 49 times 3. Okay. Obviously, the square root of negative 49 is 7, so you have 7 plus or minus. You can't take the square root of a negative number, so you have 7i root 3 all over 2. And that's as simplified as you can get it, because 7, 7, and 2 are not all divisible by the same number. And so you're going to leave it just like that. There's the graph, just so you know, it's kind of a mess, but you have imaginary roots here. The only real root you have, of course, is at negative 7. Okay? All right, similarly here, now we've got one. And again, if we kind of write our formulas down, again, this is a cubed minus b cubed. Okay? Now, here's what I want you to think about. 8, the cube root of 8 is 2. So this is 2x cubed, just so you know. So do you see how a is 2x? Okay? A is 2x. 2 cubed is 8, and x cubed is x cubed. okay, minus. And then the cube root of 27 is 3. So this is 3 cubed. So b is 3. Okay? So now, when you follow your formula, I'm going to follow the a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared formula. Okay? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my a and my b, and I'm going to go from there. All right. So, again, your a is 2x. So I will have 2x minus. Your b is 3. A squared is 2x squared. Okay? Again, a is 2x, and then you have to square that quantity. Well, when you square 2x squared, you get 4x squared. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of write this. This is 2x squared. A, of course, is 2x, and b is 3. So when you take 2x times 3, you get 6x. And b, again, is 2x. Or, no, b is not 2x. B is 3, which then, of course, I have to square. And when I take 3 and square it, I get 9. All right, so I'm right here so far. Okay, and then, of course, this is equal to 0. So when I take 2x minus 3 and I equal to 0, I get 2x equals 3. So x is 3 halves. There's your first answer. I know it crosses the x-axis at 3 halves. This piece in here, again, does not factor. So I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So here we go. The opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared. So 6 squared is 36 minus 4 times a, which is 4, times b, which is 9, all over 2a. All right, so we need to simplify this. Negative 6 plus or minus the square root. When I take 36 minus 4 times 9, I should get negative 108 in here. And then, of course, 2 times 4 on the bottom makes 8. And 108 happens to be, negative 108 happens to be negative 36 times 3. Okay. And all over 8. So, of course, the square root of negative 36 would be 6i. So you need to pull that out of the parentheses. Okay. And then on this one, 6, 6, and 8 are all divisible by 2. And they all three have to be divisible by the same number in order to simplify this. But when I simplify that, they're all divisible by 2. So when I take negative 6 divided by 2, I get negative 3. When I take 6 divided by 2, I get 3i root 3. And then when I take a divided by 2, I get 4. So that's what that answer should look like. Okay?